Everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. It's Northernlion plays a binding of music. Hey, let's go! We got a new file indicator. How about that? It's a new era, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got 30 wins in a row. Oh my God, great stats. J932YDXR. You love to see it. I have it on good authority. Things you love to see. It, source, dude, just trust me. Alright, so we got... honestly, I've come to respect Teleporter as an item. But mostly, you know, looking at your stats here, you just love to see it. This is pretty solid, too. Really, it's like, HP is great. I mean, what do you want me to say? HP is great. Rate of fire is great. Damage, I would put it in the great tier. I'm an easy judge when it comes to damage greatness. Really, anything over like 3.5 is gonna tickle me in the right in the funny bone. I'll take that too. You really couldn't ask for a nicer start than this. Today is Friday, TGIF, as I always say, the final day. The final day of the work week for me. Are you one of those people that thinks the week starts on Sunday, or do you think the week starts on Monday? The obvious big brain answer is that the week starts arbitrarily. Every day a new week starts. It just changes your frame of reference. But I'm not trying to get into like a rhetorical argument. I'm trying to get into like a spiritual argument to see where you stand, you know? Like, you as a human being. I think we're gonna do this. You as a human being, do you think weeks start on Sunday or Monday? I'm 100% a Monday guy. So I'm going to buy the Spirit Heart on my way back here so that we have it for the deal with the devil on the next floor. We could probably take it now, but that's not doing the little things right. We would love to see a bunch of battery charges too, so we could maybe get an error room, which actually can pay pretty big dividends. But yeah, I'm a Monday guy. Even though I have what could aptly be described, or adroitly be described as an unusual job, I still, you know, Mondays have meaning to me because it's the first day of the NLSS, and, you know, it's weird. I don't see Sunday as a day off because I do work, but I see Sunday as kind of like, it's like a bonus day. Whereas Monday is like, alright, this is the first day we're back at the old sawmill, sawing up content logs and turning it into planks for the YouTube audience out there. We're going to try to get as many consumables as possible here first, because a bomb actually generates a decent amount for us. We got tons of money. I mean, dude, like, okay, that's exactly what we wanted to see. We may buy a bomb. Hold on, is there a bomb for sale? Because if we can buy a bomb, okay, that's what we're looking for. 20 cents means we could buy a bomb and still have an arcade on the next floor, which is very solid. And then I think... oh, there's no bomb for sale. How dare you? How dare you? Well, I mean, we could buy a bomb and still have enough on the next floor now that I think about it, because we had 20 cents. Brain's not working that right now. Alright, first teleport, we got nothing. Second teleport, we got nothing. Awaz rune, we got nothing. Take me down, that's fine. This has everything you could possibly need right now. Even like Judas's tongue, I think is highly overrated, mostly by me in the past. But I still think it's pretty good. Finger is making this like incredible. Look at this. Look at that. The gauze? We won't pop it just yet. The more we do the little things right at the beginning, the more we can kind of, I don't want to say slack off, but we can, you know, not pay 100% perfect attention in the future. Which is a very roundabout way of saying slack off. So that's fine. We can definitely also go to, we'll go to the shop first, probably. We've got great built-in deal with the devil protection here. That's very nice, actually. All sorts of good stuff. The thing with Judas's Shadow is, first off, you got to think about how often it's useful. You know? It's not useful on the first floor because there's no deal with the devil unless you get a Joker card. But let's talk about real-world scenarios, not like, you know, 1 in 50 runs sort of stuff. Then you have to go into the deal with the devil. It has to have items, which is apparently rare. So Krampus doesn't count. Red chests don't count. Then at least one of the items has to cost 2 in order for you to get any value out of it. And then it has to be an item you really want to take in the first place to begin with, in all likelihood. I mean, this is a great example of a good situation that where we're going to want to take advantage of it. But no, Judas' Shadow is not doing anything for us here. It's not Judas' Shadow's fault necessarily, but you get what I mean. You know, these items already cost 1. But then on top of that, if you only have 1 HP, it's also going to be better to have something instead of Judas' Shadow because you're already getting deals for half price. That's my long treatise on why I think that this is a little overrated. And you know what? In this business, we don't take these pills anymore. You know how it goes. We actually shouldn't have taken the Red Heart either because we could have gotten into the boss trap room, but it is what it is. This is a very, very, very good start. And even on a long and annoying room like this, things aren't that bad because the finger is like... It's not super, like, potent or anything like that just yet, but it is, like... It's distributed damage, you know? It's, like, piercing, spectral, you know? Oh my god. I thought I got hit, but instead I just hit Q. Okay. There's a little panic in there, but that's... I mean, at the end of the day, it's a Spirit Heart is a Spirit Heart, you know? We also do have 49 cents. Pretty prodigious amount of money to start a run with. We got an item room and a shop still coming. How did I... And this is a sincere question. Because this is what Isaac was like for me back in like 2015, 2016. How did I go to boss rush on almost every run? I think I'm playing like the smartest Isaac I've ever played. Was I just like a worse player strategically, but a better player tactically back then? Because, like, I feel like... And that blue candle's kind of your play here, but I'm not going to take it because I think that teleporting is a little bit more interesting. Was I, like, a better dodger, but a worse thinker? Is that how things went back then? I honestly don't have an answer, but... It's food for thought nonetheless, just in case. This is not particularly incredible, but I think we got a decent yield there. And we probably, honestly, I don't really like Stompy. I don't think Stompy generates enough for us to really move the equilibrium here, quite frankly. So we will enter into this room and get a deal with the devil item for free. Even if it's not the most incredible item of the game, we will still take. Do we have a battery charge? We do. This is definitely, like, not worth it to spend that money, but it's kind of fun. So let's do it anyway. And actually, with BFF, I don't know, Shade might be decent. Anyway, today is a Friday. I had a little bit of a slow start today, to be honest. But it was for a fun reason. You know, Dan's finishing his Clubhouse Games speedrun. So I thought I would get in and, you know, not maliciously stream snipe him, but I wanted to, like, have a chance to be his opponent for some of those last games, because I'm... Double panic, dude. Why? That would have been valuable for us. Like I said, this is the best Isaac I've ever played, as you can tell. Yeah, and I recorded that Mahjong game, so that probably went up, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, it was a little, you know, it's kind of the reward for working hard throughout the week is that you maybe take it a little bit slower on a Friday. Not much, admittedly, but you know, a little bit slower. I mean, I remember Office Life. Oh, that's for you. It's okay. I remember Office Life. You know, it's different because I'm kind of... The buck stops with me and the buck starts with me. You know, for this stuff. But sometimes it's a Friday. You're like, I just don't feel like working that hard today. And, you know, you give 66% of your normal effort. And at the end of the day, people are like, hey, good job. You did it. Enjoy your weekend. This depends what you do. There's busy days, I'm sure. I was never in a position of real responsibility, to be honest. So, how would I know? Alright, so why don't you see what you got there? And in here, Nun's Habit could be interesting. You gotta be careful with these teleports, because you don't really want an error room right now. Yikes. Yikes. Don't want to get hit 3 times on this room. This is where cockiness could start to work against you. Okay, okay, okay. Look. Don't hate the player, hate the game. For one, I've got to take Brimstone, dude. You know why? Because, we have Judas's tongue. If we don't take it, then we didn't even get any use out of this trinket, dude. Anyway, that's... I mean, here, let me be honest with you. For a brief moment, if you are a fan of watching these videos because you think I might lose, you should be stoked I just took Brimstone. Because it drastically, well, I mean, we were already pretty high on the win chance, but it very much increases the chance of us winning long term. But in the short term, it creates a brief little pocket dimension of danger, if you will. And you will, because I just said it, I guess. A brief little pocket dimension of danger where we could die if we really screw it up and we fight against some truly nasty bosses. You never know what could happen. I'll just open this. Alright, that's... What I wanted was to not see a deal with the devil, so we got that accomplished. Alright. And we're doing a little thing right here, by the way. We didn't pick up the battery charge, because if we get Krampus after this, we'll get a free teleport charge from our boss and then Krampus. Okay, so that's not happening, which is also completely fine. But this is now in, like... I mean, we're in a really good spot. I don't think you need me to say that, but in case you were like, how does NL feel about this run? He's positive. We're positive about where we're at right now. But yeah, I like a Friday. How's the weather today? Actually sunny. When I woke up, it was raining. So you know what? I always find an improved mood when I can at least have a little... Oh my god. And then I can at least have a little natural light. I was told, by the way, in an earlier video, I said... it sounds ridiculous to me, but I heard that you have to actually have the sunlight touch your skin in order to get the vitamin D. Because I think, like, with UVB or UVC radiation hitting your skin causes your body to actually generate the vitamin to begin with, or something along those lines. People, I had heard in the past that, like, a window actually, or any glass really, does a good job of blocking that radiation, so you actually can't synthesize it as well if you don't get natural light. So I guess we're not getting vitamin D just by seeing natural light. But then I'm like, is that how it works? Because I feel like you could still get a tan even if you had, like let's say you were tanning under a skylight. I think as long as the light source was, like, coming through the glass properly, you would still tan, wouldn't you? It might take a little bit longer. Man, can you believe tanning? I don't want to, like, insult anybody. Like, if you tan, it's a personal decision, right? But it's weird for me because I feel like my teenage and young adult years were, like, in tanning's heyday, right? Like, I remember in high school, 16-year-old girls would go tanning with their parents' blessing. Now it's like, you know, it seems like child abuse to some extent. You're like, you're gonna give your kid money to go damage their own skin? But this was the impact that Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie had on the culture, and the Jersey Shore and the etceteras. I don't know if tanning's... Oh, that's actually pretty great right there. I don't know if tanning salons are still popping off. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that, you know, people can look nice with a tan for sure. Although I do think it's you know, cultural. Because we go through ebbs and flows, you know? There's definitely times, like, if you go back and look at photos of, like, you know, famous young celebrities in 2004... You would be like, not a common Google search, by the way, but you would probably be like, what? By the way, I think that was another good use of Judas's Shadow, believe it or not. But you might be like, why is everybody so tan? Which I think is an appropriate reaction, quite frankly. I'll use 2 keys here. But that's just the way it was at the time, you know? Tanning was very in. Nowadays, it seems like... I don't know if it seems as strange as, like, letting your child smoke. That's, you know, maybe one step beyond, but... I was telling, I think this was on Team Unity this week, I didn't realize that there was actually, like... When people said... Oh, it was on GeoGuessr, that's what it was. I didn't realize that when people said suntan oil, they were actually talking... You know what, get me out of here. About an oil you can wear on your skin that makes you tan faster. I genuinely had no idea that was a product that existed. I thought it was just a regional way of saying sunscreen. But apparently they actually manufacture a product that allows the sun to hurt you more. I don't know, man. Look, again, I know I said I wasn't being judgmental. I mean, if you're doing it, if it's your decision. That's always been my hypothesis on stuff like that. Now, if Kate was like, hey, I want to go tanning, I would be like, you know, I would encourage you maybe to look into it, and I would encourage myself to look into it, because I'm coming from a place of ignorance. And maybe there's safer ways to do it, like, I don't know, like a spray-on tan or something is probably fine, maybe, if you're looking into that sort of stuff. I don't really see the value personally, but if it makes you feel more confident, then sure. But if someone was like, hey, are you gonna let your kid tan? I would be like, you know, when they're out of the house, they can do whatever they want. While they're in the house, I'm not gonna say it's a no tanning zone, but, you know, we're gonna have some discussions about it. Let's put it that way. It was like when I was reading the baby book, and the baby... I think I already mentioned this very specific part, but the baby book was like, hey, like, if you are pregnant, please don't drink. It's really bad for the baby. If you're pregnant, please don't smoke. If you're pregnant, please consider limiting your use of intravenous drugs. And I'm like, I feel like you should probably just put that one in the don't category. Trust me, I understand why it's not in there. It's like, it's not the easiest thing in the world. I've seen my fair share of intervention episodes, which makes me, I guess, a bit of an expert. But at the same time, I feel like the public health guidelines should probably be like, abstinence is the best option from that particular habit. Well, probably at all times, but definitely when you're pregnant. Okay, so we got 2 keys again. I mean, I feel like we should buy pretty heavy. No good reason not to. I was wondering, like, dude, there used to be, like, a tanning salon on, like, every block in my hometown. I feel like the tanning industry is probably going through some hard times, huh? Please don't get hit. I don't mean thanks to the quarantine. I mean thanks to, like, changing... you know, societal interests. I would say at this point, I'm not salty about it at all. This has been an unbelievably good run. But this is longer than you would expect to go to get your first error room payout, I think. But I also feel like maybe, / definitely, you are going to get your first... You're most likely to get your first error room payout earlier in the game. The only other situation where it's most likely is when you do it as a joke, and then it stops you from being able to actually go to the cathedral, and instead you're forced to go down to Sheol, but you didn't bring the negative with you, so the game just stops when you fight Satan. Dude, I'm like, we haven't been down that way in forever. Maybe that's something we could do on this run. We can go down to Sheol. Just don't let your muscle memory get the better of you. It's been known to happen. Not for a while, because we've been stuck on this... Well, not stuck, but we've chosen to do the same loop for so long, but... Actually forgot that some of that stuff existed. I don't really think we want to... I entertain the thought of giving our familiars homing shot. I don't think it's that important right now. I don't think Judas's tongue... I mean, it's already served an amazing purpose after I insulted it, so I'm forever grateful for that, but... in general, I don't think it's that impactful. Let's Diplopia. I want to stick with Teleport, but we're going to take Diplopia and try to get, like, 2 good items out of it. Or at least 1 good item and some consumables. It's a pretty low value use of Diplopia, but it's also fun. I mean, so now, just by getting this, every item on the shop is free. Which doesn't really do that much for us yet, but in principle, there's something to it, right? So now we got the Hermit card. I actually think... Oh, but we also have Teleport, that's true. We didn't really need the Hermit card, but... Let's bounce. Everything is going to be free on the rerolls as well, but we can get back here after we fight the boss and get to the boss rush. I would definitely suggest, this is not doing a little thing right, I would say this one's for me. Fun isn't something one considers when trying to balance the universe, but this does bring a smile to my face. Alright. We did get a deal. It's not Krampus. We got another 2-heart deal for 1 heart, which is really good. And now we're going to get a little spicy here. You know what? I think money equals power is going to be a little bit more fun for us here. And then, oh my god, this is like... You couldn't ask for, like, a better setup than this. We're not even going to play the Judgment, because the damage upgrades that we're going to get out of this is worth so much more. By the way, the Wafer is, like... certainly the thinking man's choice on that boss rush. However, this is a pretty sizable damage upgrade when we're pretty confident we're already going to be okay. Now, the money as purchasing power doesn't matter that much, quite frankly. Oh, by the way, I did just take the Polaroid. Muscle memory completely took over. I'm not sweating this yet. We got tons of power here. That helps, thank you. We'll just leave it on the ground for the time being. We'd rather not lose the Bone Heart if possible. We really only need to play until 99 cents. We're probably not there yet. Okay. Oh my god, dude. We were at 92 cents. Alright, it's pretty good, dude. It's pretty good. And now we can go back to the shop. And all of the items in the shop are $0. So as long as the reroll machine sticks around, or if we get a restock, we can basically buy whatever we'd like. We could buy whatever we like. Might as well. 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 Might as well grab this one. And we know that that's the Suns. We might as well grab that one. Just pop that. Okay. Maybe use your bombs instead. Okay, so it blew up. But still got like a very... a very, very nice payout there. And you know what? Oh, I forgot that we never cleared that room. This is one of the most overpowered runs I would say that I've had in like the past maybe like 100 runs, sincerely. Not just overpowered, but like fun overpowered. I mean, look, we've even got Jesus on our side. He became our familiar there. Growth hormones is very nice, quite frankly. And then again, this... We probably could have dumped teleport / should have dumped teleport. The thing is, we can't really afford to use teleport anymore. Because if it takes us to an error room, it screws up our whole game. It wouldn't... I mean, we would still win if we were forced to go down to Shoal, but... it wouldn't be... It would feel like a weird win. It would be a win, at least with a small asterisk over it. Not a large asterisk, like not a Barry Bonds-sized asterisk. Or a Roger Clemens-sized asterisk, but it would be enough that people would be like, you know, I have my own doubts and suspicions about this, I suppose. Anyway, this one's gonna go extremely fast. I don't really know what we're gonna do today, or this weekend, I should say, for my day off, by the way. Probably, we're getting it pretty close to the time that the days off are no longer days off. They're like 100%, well, you know, like 50% baby prep every single day, which is very, like, you might think that I'm sore about that. It's not the case at all. I'm excited, you know. We're in the final trimester here. And, you know, I'm at the point where, to be honest, there's a little bit of, like, dad guilt seeping in, where I'm like I'm helping, but, you know, just biologically, I can't really shoulder the brunt of the load. You know, it's pretty much Kate has to deal with having, you know, an uncomfortable physical situation. There's not really that much I can do about it except, like, you know, rub her back and be like, it's okay. So I'm eager that soon, you know, life is going to change a lot for sure, but also, you know, I'll actually be able to help them. I think it depends on, you know, everybody's personality is a little different, for sure. But, like, given the choice, and I know this sounds noble, I don't really mean it to be, like, to sound noble, but, you know, when it's someone you care about, I would rather go through the discomfort than hear them go through the discomfort. You know what I mean? It feels worse that you're like, you know, you're uncomfortable, but there's nothing that can be done about it. I would rather do it myself, if that makes sense. Obviously, in this case, it's not possible. But, you know, I'm excited for the labor. It's weird. When it was 9 months away, or, you know, like 8.5 months away, it seemed like it was forever away. And then when it was like 4 months away, which is where we were at, like in May, it felt like it was gonna happen next week, right? It was like, oh my god, we don't have any time. And now that it's, I don't know, like 2.5 months away, it again feels like it's never gonna happen. It feels like it's so far away. And it's part excitement and part like, you know, we've done so much preparation for it that, you know, I think it sends a subconscious message to the human brain that's like, hey, you've been preparing for this thing, but it's not there yet. So it makes it seem like it takes longer. But, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm also enjoying, you know, I'm trying to take, like, small victories when I can. Things that, you know, will be very, very difficult to do with a newborn. Like, every night I get 7 hours or more of uninterrupted sleep. I actually basically say, like, a mantra of gratitude internally. I'm like, that was nice. Store that in the memory banks for 3 months from now. Anyway, for now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's a very fast one and a very good one. If you did, click the like button. It helps me out a great deal, and we'll see you next time. Maybe we won't even get brimstone on that one. See you then.